For many people, Tanglewood means this. For others, it means this.
Come on, baby, let's do it.
For still others, it means this. Regardless of what brought you to this beautiful place, Tanglewood has something for everyone. Welcome to Tanglewood. My name is Matt Heck, and I'm the social media manager for the Boston Symphony Orchestra. You may recognize me as the voice that tells you to turn off your phones in Boston Symphony Hall, Ozawa Hall, and the Shed. Welcome to Tanglewood. Please turn off all electronic devices. Thank you, and enjoy the concert. Tanglewood is the summer home of the Boston Symphony, roughly equidistant from New York and Boston, and nestled in the beautiful Berkshires in the towns of Stockbridge and Lenox, Massachusetts. Come inside, I'll show you around. Here we are at Saranac, one of the three manor houses that make up the Tanglewood property. This manor house and the surrounding property was purchased by Serge Koussevitzky in 1939, then the music director of the Boston Symphony Orchestra and the founder of Tanglewood. Saranac boasts some of the most gorgeous views in the Berkshires, including a commanding view of Lake Mackinac, better known as the Stockbridge Bowl. Behind me is the Koussevitzky Music Shed, but in 1937, the first summer when the Boston Symphony Orchestra performed on these grounds, the shed did not exist. Instead, they performed under a massive tent. But during the final weekend of performances of that season, there was a huge rainstorm that destroyed the tent and soaked the concertgoers. And it was immediately after that performance that the original organizer of the Berkshire Music Festival and later Tanglewood, Gertrude Robinson Smith, stood up and received pledges and donations that eventually formed the collection of money to fund the Koussevitzky Music Shed in time for the following season. The Shed combines an open-air concert experience with world-class acoustics, thanks to the acoustical clouds that hang above the stage and at the rear of the venue. The Shed seats approximately up to 5,000 people and features the Boston Symphony Orchestra every weekend throughout the summer on Friday and Saturday evenings, as well as Sunday afternoons. The Shed is also used for our popular artist concerts, concerts by the Boston Pops, and of course, everyone's favorite summer event, Tanglewood on Parade. All of the greatest classical soloists of the last 75 years have graced the Shed stage. Names like Heifetz, Rubinstein, Yo-Yo Ma, John Williams. But the Shed has also hosted some of the greatest popular artists of our time. We've had incredible performances here by James Taylor, Janis Joplin, Jefferson Airplane, B.B. King, Bonnie Raitt, Arlo Guthrie and Pete Seeger, Ray Charles, Sly and the Family Stone, Wilco, Train, and many, many more. One of the most common questions I get about Tanglewood is, where do we get some food? Luckily, there are many different options. You can come down to the cafe and get food here. You can go to the grill by the main gate and get food there. You can use your computer and pre-order meals to go that you can pick up at the main gate on the day of. Or you can bring your own food and eat at one of the many picnic tables situated around the campus. But for many, this is the quintessential Tanglewood experience. And while you're welcome to purchase food at the grill or at the cafe, you're more than welcome to bring in your own elaborate picnics, including beer and wine. Directly behind me is the summer home of the Tappan family. They built this home in the 1850s, and their estate makes up the majority of the original Tanglewood property. They donated this estate to the Boston Symphony in the winter of 1936 and 37, and the first performances were here by the Boston Symphony Orchestra and Serge Koussevitzky in the summer of 1937. The Tappan family had strong connections to the Transcendentalist community in Boston, and one of the most famous writers in this group was Nathaniel Hawthorne, of course, famous for his work, A Scarlet Letter. He was a guest of the Tappan family and lived in the Little Red House just down the road and wrote House of Seven Gables while he was in residence here on the Tanglewood grounds. The Tappan family also cultivated a beautiful formal gardens area set just behind the Tappan Manor House. For many people, the formal gardens are a sort of sacred ground. For Aaron Copeland, who was very active on the Tanglewood Music Center faculty, and of course one of America's greatest composers, designated these formal gardens to be the location where his ashes were scattered after his death. Tanglewood offers an exciting concert experience, the rapture of music making in the Berkshires, beautiful vistas, but also the quiet respite of the formal gardens. Here we are at the Lion's Gate, the rear entrance of Tanglewood, aptly named for these two beautiful statues that line the entrance. It also has a wonderful view of the Stockbridge Bowl and Monument Mountain to the south. What other place has such spectacular views, even at the back gate? Behind me is Seiji Ozawa Hall, constructed in 1994, and for all intents and purposes, the center of activity for the Tanglewood Music Center. Among the ensembles that perform here regularly throughout the summer are the Tanglewood Music Center Orchestra, various smaller Tanglewood Music Center ensembles, such as quartets during the String Quartet Marathon, the Boston University Tanglewood Institute Orchestra, Vocal Ensemble, and Wind Ensemble. We also present jazz bands and pop bands and various other musical acts of all sorts of different genres over here throughout the summer. Seating a little over 1,100 patrons, Ozawa Hall also features large doors in the back of the hall that open to expose a cascading lawn that has direct views of the stage and the surrounding areas. There's also a state-of-the-art sound system that has a slight delay so that the sound from the speakers joins the live sound coming out of the hall. Additionally, Ozawa Hall features 2 rows of seats situated on the first balcony directly behind the stage, contributing to a unique and intimate performance environment. Named after the Boston Symphony Orchestra's 13th and longest tenured music director, Seiji Ozawa Hall has architectural influences both from the surrounding New England area as well as that of Japan. Ozawa Hall truly is a sight to be seen. It's one of the most beautiful summer halls in the world and features detailed teak woodwork and a gorgeous performance acoustic. Tanglewood doesn't just offer musical training for college-level and graduate-level musicians, however. Music education is part of the core Boston Symphony Orchestra philosophy, and here at Tanglewood it starts with the very young. On Saturdays and Sundays, we offer Kids Corner, a program in which children accompanied by adults may take part in musical and crafts activities supervised by BSO staff. We also offer a program called Watch and Play, an interactive musical performance designed to engage children ages 3 to 10 in the Tanglewood musical experience, as well as our Days in the Arts program for grade school kids. We also offer a family concert yearly here at Seiji Ozawa Hall that often features members of the Boston Symphony Orchestra like our group Classical Tangent. It's a favorite of families every year. And don't forget, Tanglewood offers free lawn tickets for children and young people up to age 17. Another question I get here often at Tanglewood is there enough parking? And the answer is yes. Parking lots are always open, parking is always free, and the only thing we tell people is to come early, and that way you'll be able to park closer to the actual entrance to the Tanglewood grounds. Otherwise, you may end up here. Or here. However, for some of our popular artist concerts, we offer VIP parking, and patrons who purchase these parking passes are guaranteed a spot here. We hope you enjoyed this tour of Tanglewood, and we look forward to seeing you here on the beautiful Tanglewood grounds this summer.